In this fascinating adventure, YOHANE and her companion Laylaps must rescue their missing comrades from a monster-infested maze. YOHANE can create strong equipment and use the might of her allies, and the dungeon contains hidden riches. The basement has a variety of secret destinations, including temples, ruins, and a sunken ship. The casting mechanism enables players to create new objects from accumulated materials, with over 90 crafting recipes accessible. Adaptability and quick thinking are essential as you negotiate the constantly shifting parts. Sword Art Online Alicization, Lycoris offers an engaging blend of anime storytelling and JRPG action that fans of the series will truly appreciate. The game captures the Alicization arc's emotional depth, with beautifully animated cutscenes and satisfying combat mechanics. The real-time battle system is fluid, and customizing your party adds a strategic layer. Exploration feels rewarding, and the soundtrack complements every moment. The immersive narrative and strong character development make this a must-play for any Sword Art Online enthusiast. The recreation of the original Ufouria game provides an immersive journey through a fanciful universe created with love. The game has exquisite handcrafted feltwork, a retro-pixelated aesthetic, and iron bead artwork. Players can discover the parallels and differences between the two versions. The game features many courses, with stages changing randomly upon entering, creating a new challenge. New characters join the crew, providing access to previously unknown places. The Bumyon, an unpleasant creature, is introduced, but Hebe and his crew can defeat it with their papoons, which have transformed into a potent cleaning agent. Faeria is a hidden gem that blends strategic card battling with a dynamic board-building mechanic. The hand-painted art style is beautiful, and the soundtrack perfectly complements the fantasy setting. Every match feels fresh thanks to the ever-changing terrain and smart deck-building options. It's accessible enough for newcomers, yet deep enough to keep strategy veterans engaged for hours. The solo content is surprisingly rich, and the multiplayer scene is competitive without being overwhelming. It's a rewarding, thoughtful game that deserves more attention. UnMetal is a hilarious love letter to classic stealth action games, packed with clever writing and fourth-wall-breaking humor. The gameplay delivers a satisfying mix of sneaking, puzzle-solving, and crafting, all wrapped in retro pixel art charm. Every mission feels fresh, thanks to its inventive storytelling and constant surprises. Jesse Fox's narration adds layers of personality, making even simple moments feel unforgettable. The controls are tight, the pacing is sharp, and the satire hits just right.
The sewer was infested with us.
Dyna Bomb 2 is an exciting adventure game in which players take on the roles of Jack and Ella, who are striving to restore peace to their tropical island. The game is divided into 8 separate worlds, 8 stages, and 8 bosses. To win, players must modify their plans and talents. Hidden levels and regions provide extra challenges and rewards. The most experienced players can access a secret universe where hidden regions provide valuable treasures and power-ups. Co-op mode allows players to cooperate to overcome barriers and fight enemies. The Skylia Prophecy is an action RPG set in a medieval fantasy universe, where the heroine, Mirenia, goes on a quest for forgiveness after unwittingly releasing a demonic entity. She travels to Turkan Fortress to cast an old ritual to end the horror she unleashed 3 years ago. Mirenia must decide whether to use her shield blade to achieve her aim or to aggravate the situation. The game's various locations, old dungeons, and zombie swarms are inspired by the Souls series. Players may collect incentives to reduce the game's difficulty and affect the final stages. The Smurfs 2, The Prisoner of the Green Stone delivers a charming adventure packed with colorful visuals and smooth platforming. The game blends light puzzle solving with satisfying combat, all wrapped in a whimsical world that stays true to the beloved franchise. Every level feels thoughtfully designed, encouraging exploration and rewarding curiosity. The voice, work, and music add a delightful touch, creating a fun atmosphere perfect for both younger players and longtime fans. An enchanting journey that's hard to put down. Metaloid Origin is a 2D platformer game in which players control predator android soldiers battling a robot army led by Lucian Corps. The game has 9 stages with different gameplay elements such as waterfall caverns, scooter interceptions, volcano mine cart trips, and huge walker combat. Players may earn Solarium gems to unlock new equipment and weaponry, which can be accessible at any time via the pause menu. The game also has 2 difficulty settings, with high difficulty bringing quicker adversaries, greater damage, and additional attack kinds, giving players an exciting experience. Toki is a vibrant blast from the past, bringing the classic arcade platformer to life with stunning hand-drawn visuals and a charming soundtrack. The gameplay strikes a great balance between challenge and nostalgia, offering tight controls and memorable enemy designs. Each level bursts with personality, and the boss fights are creatively engaging without being frustrating. It's clear the developers put genuine care into reviving this retro gem. A joyful, quirky experience that captures the spirit of old-school gaming while feeling fresh. Curious Expedition 2 is a turn-based narrative roguelike set in a reconstructed environment from the late 19th century. The game contains intriguing worlds filled with fresh perils and opportunities, and players must strike a balance between greed and survival to thrive. The game's randomized storytelling distinguishes each experience, with individuals forming relationships, shifting loyalties, and getting illnesses. The game also uses dice-based combat systems, requiring chance strategy and cunning to defeat wild animals and mythical creatures. Deflector is a hack-and-slash game with dynamic gameplay and a distinct combo system. Players must explore a virus-controlled futuristic globe in order to save the world from evil. Each area has its own layouts and traps, and players can customize their character with a variety of talents and powers. To level up their skills, players must acquire resources from missions, 3 play modes, 6 colorful characters, roguelike elements, a range of weaponry and fighting techniques, attractive and perilous environments, and a futuristic music are among the game's highlights. LootLite is a delightful surprise packed into a pixelated fantasy world. The top-down dungeon crawler is fast-paced, easy to pick up, and rewards quick reflexes and clever strategy. Unlocking new characters and exploring randomized maps never feels repetitive, and the retro art style adds plenty of charm. It strikes a nice balance between challenge and accessibility, making each run feel fresh. What stands out most is how satisfying the loot and upgrade system feels without being overly complicated. A hidden indie gem worth playing. Mutazione is a beautiful, strange, and deeply emotional adventure that lingers long after the credits roll. With its lush hand-drawn art and haunting soundtrack, the game invites you into a world full of quirky characters and rich storytelling. The conversations feel genuine, and the pacing allows you to fully absorb the atmosphere. Gardening plays a surprisingly therapeutic role, tying into the narrative in meaningful ways. It's not just a game, it's an experience that soothes, intrigues, and inspires introspection in equal measure. Welcome to Elk is a biographical adventure game set on a unique island, with each individual sharing a story based on real-life events. The game follows Frigg, a young carpenter who leaves the city for a small village. The stories capture life's intricacies, emphasizing comedy, love, and grief. The game fosters new ties with unusual persons who are frequently disregarded or forgotten. Engaging minigames improve the plot and emotional mood. Elk also includes the original storytellers who inspired the game, emphasizing the value of storytelling in life.
being slept in peace.
Furwind is an action platformer that mixes traditional platform games with vibrant pixel visuals. The game follows Furwind, a young fox who must struggle against the terrible powers that are invading the woodland. Furwind, a teenage Moontail resident, is ignorant of the perilous journey that awaits him. The game features a distinct pixel visual style that allows players to explore vibrantly colored levels. Furwind must travel difficult places full with traps and dangers while utilizing his skills to heal wounds and enrage opponents. Sockventure is a fast-paced, precision platformer that delivers a colorful punch of challenge and charm. The tight controls make every jump satisfying, and the vibrant art style keeps each level visually exciting. It's one of those games that feels punishing at times, but fair rewarding persistence with that sweet rush of triumph. The collectible coins add replay value, and the gradually increasing difficulty curve is expertly balanced. It's a thrilling experience for anyone who loves mastering tricky platforming mechanics. Punch Club 2 Fast Forward is a quirky, engaging blend of strategy, humor, and pixelated charm. Its time-traveling twist adds a fresh layer to the classic fight management gameplay, keeping every training session and street brawl interesting. The writing is witty, packed with pop culture nods, and the retro-futuristic art style is genuinely eye-catching. Balancing workouts, jobs, and relationships creates a satisfying gameplay loop that's easy to sink hours into. Lil Guardsman is a charming, whimsical narrative adventure that brilliantly blends deduction with fantasy storytelling. You play as a quick-witted 12-year-old guarding a castle gate, deciding who gets in, and the consequences are often hilarious or surprisingly deep. The game's humor is clever, with strong writing and expressive voice acting that brings its quirky characters to life. Its choices genuinely matter, encouraging replayability. The colorful art style and witty dialogue make it an engaging, feel-good experience that's hard to put down.
Heinrich von Pyre?
Yes.
Clustertruck is a frantic platforming game in which players must negotiate a high-speed freeway using agility and acrobatic abilities. Players must negotiate a variety of hazards, such as swing hammers, lasers, and flamethrowers. Players may conquer these hurdles by unlocking skills such as the grappling hook, truck cannon, and time control. The game becomes increasingly intense, testing players' abilities to the maximum. Successfully completing each level is unrivaled, as gamers get a rush of adrenaline. Clustertruck is an addicting and exhilarating game. Hellpoint is a dark action role-playing game set in a sci-fi future where the lines between science and the occult are blurred. The Arid Novo Station, once a brilliant pinnacle of human progress, has been destroyed by wicked interdimensional creatures and is now ruled by terrible cosmic gods. You are dispatched to examine the unexplained phenomena known as the Merge as a creation of the cryptic author. Players can explore the dark depths of the station to find hundreds of combat and ranged weapons and armor parts.
You're going to need to move fast.
Cyberhook is a 3D platformer game in which players utilize parkour skills and a grappling hook to traverse walls, participate in battle, and demolish objects. The game has endurance mode, which allows players to complete many levels without taking pauses. The game provides an exciting parkour experience in which players climb walls and carefully navigate to escape devastating falls. Cyberhook contains over 70 stages that put players' parkour talents to the test, as well as global leaderboards for them to follow. Mr. Shifty, a robber with teleportation skills, sets off on a mission to storm a tower. His skill set includes short-distance teleportation, strong punches, and the ability to use melee weapons for direct or long-range throws. During confrontations, players can aggressively warp into a room, administer 2 punches, and then teleport out. They can then position themselves at the doorway, take out another enemy, and teleport to safety. They may then re-enter the area. defeat the final adversary, and move outdoors, teleporting between stragglers and dispatching them quickly and efficiently. Rhythm Sprout is a handmade rhythm action game with unique music and an amusing narrative mode. It includes 3D worlds with themed music and unique soundtracks influenced by many genres. The game follows Sprout, the chosen onion, as he explores various levels, engages in amusing dialogue encounters, and interacts with sweet villains. Level modifiers such as Turbo Mirror, Shuffle, and Totally Random provide distinct outcomes. Rhythm Sprout also provides hardcore remixes, high-score challenges, and bonus levels.
Suffice.
Yaga is a charming and delightfully quirky action RPG that combines humor, folklore, and unique art style in a seamless way. The story feels fresh with its Slavic mythology twist, and the gameplay strikes a great balance between challenge and accessibility. I loved how every decision impacts the story, adding replay value without feeling forced. The hand-drawn visuals and catchy soundtrack create a captivating atmosphere that keeps you engaged from start to finish. Overall, a truly enjoyable experience that's both fun and memorable. Broken Roads delivers a rich, thought-provoking RPG experience set against a beautifully desolate Australian wasteland. The hand-drawn art style paints a world that's haunting yet full of character. Dialogue choices carry real weight, thanks to the innovative morality system that challenges players to think beyond simple good or evil. Every encounter feels meaningful, backed by writing that is sharp, heartfelt, and often surprising. Tactical combat is satisfying without ever feeling overwhelming. This is storytelling and world-building done right, a journey that demands to be remembered.
Anyone dares set foot here, hit him with a...
Prepare for the massive trash tsunami that has swept the Earth. Fortunately, despite the turmoil, there is a lot of floating debris. In this new reality, trash has become the most valuable resource, providing fuel, spare parts for rafts, and even weapons. Prepare to fight swamp crocodiles, lethal sharks, polar pirates, and a variety of other threats. Begin your adventure with the option of online or local 4-player cooperative gaming. Immerse yourself in the fascinating hand-drawn realm of garbage pirates. Explore many oceans in quest of hidden riches.
Everything we got.
Justice Sucks is an outrageously fun and chaotic stealth action game that delivers laughs and carnage in equal measure. You play as a killer robot vacuum cleaner with a thirst for justice and a surprising amount of personality. The game blends over-the-top humor with slick mechanics, allowing for creative takedowns and absurd strategies. Vibrant visuals and a punchy soundtrack keep the energy high, while the bite-sized levels make it easy to jump in for a quick, satisfying session. It's weird, wild, and absolutely worth your time. Teppo in the Secret Ancient City is a delightful surprise, blending clever puzzles with a charming art style that feels like a living storybook. The level design is thoughtful and rewarding, encouraging exploration without ever feeling overwhelming. Teppo himself is an instantly likable character, and the unfolding mystery keeps you hooked from start to finish. The soundtrack adds a layer of magic, perfectly complementing the game's atmosphere. It's a wonderfully crafted adventure that's both relaxing and engaging, a hidden gem well worth discovering. Last Beat Enhanced is a slick throwback to classic beat-em-ups with a modern polish. The art style pops with vibrant pixel visuals, and the soundtrack fuels every punch and combo with adrenaline. Controls are tight and responsive, making each fight feel satisfying and skill-based. Co-op mode adds tons of replay value, especially with friends. The added enhancements over the original bring smoother animations and more refined gameplay. It's a joyful, fast-paced brawler that nails both nostalgia and fun in equal measure. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome.
From the ghost